between 20 and 25% of all the auction properties are vacant land. Their starting bids will be 10, 20 cents on the dollar.
Hey, so you're interested in buying some vacant land and you're thinking about doing it through a tax deed auction? Well, good thing you're watching us. This is Ted Thomas. Ted, good to see you. And of course, Ted just sort of the authority on tax deeds and tax liens and all that stuff. So perfect guy to be talking to right now. Vacant land. First of all, Ted, where do you find vacant land? I mean, I'm looking out my window. I don't see anything. Where do you find this vacant land?
Yeah, well, you're probably in the city or something, so you don't see a lot of vacant land. Okay, you want something that's going to be for sale. Well, I always look at things through the lens of a tax lien and a tax defaulted property buyer. And so every county in the United States does have an auction, okay? And the auction for tax defaulted property, if you saw an auction list, I'm just a piece of paper. An auction list would be a piece of paper like this, a long list of all the properties for sale. I found out over these 30 years of doing the business, between 20 and 25% of all the auction properties are vacant land that people are putting back and they have walked away from, because I say putting back because if you don't pay your property tax, that means you defaulted and the county's going to sell those properties.
You held up the list, and that's great, but where would I get a list? Where do I find a list for vacant land?
Okay, so let's say you're in Columbus, Ohio. That's Franklin County. So you'd go to Franklin County, all right, and say, I want to know about the tax sale, all right? And then you could get a long list of properties. Here, I'll show you. I won't show you Franklin County because I didn't plan that. Here's a tax auction from the state of New York. See, it's auctions down here. Okay, and then in there they'll have a list. And what this one does is actually show you pictures of the property. Okay, all right. Now all of them don't show you pictures. Sometimes it's just like a narrative. You can see the narrative there. Okay, all right. So you get the idea. So if they had, let's say Franklin County in Ohio had 100 properties, but from my observation, about 20% of those are going to be vacant. By that I mean they're coming up for sale. So it could be row crops, it could be grazing land.
How do you know that the vacant land is like good vacant land? Like, what kind of due diligence do you have to do before you buy this stuff?
Okay, good. All right. Well, you can do a couple of things right away. First of all, the county is going to say to everybody blatantly in any report they do, this is grazing land. This is agricultural, I mean like a row crop, growing tomatoes and stuff like that. Or this is land that's for development. So let's say you knew, let's say Franklin County is Columbus. So Columbus is a big growing city, right? So if you're right next to the growth part of the city, then you might want to say, wait a minute, I could probably develop and put 17 houses in here, build the roads and do all that kind of stuff. So every piece of land is going to have some kind of designation.
If I go to the tax deed and I find a piece of land I like, how do I pay for this? What are my options?
What you do is, first of all, you get an auction list. All right, now the auction list is going to have all the properties for sale. Now, some of them be single-family homes, some of them be vacant residential lots, some of them would be small farms, some of it could be apartment. I mean, everything under the sun is on the auction list. So you'd look up, if you were looking for vacant land, you would look up all the ones that were land, all right, because you don't want to buy an apartment house, and you don't want to buy a home. You want vacant land. So you'd look at that. Now, every county is going to have this. There's 3,000 plus counties in the United States. All of these counties are going to have a list, and they're all going to have some kind of land on that list.
Speaking of that, so is that the best way to appraise a piece of land in terms of the utilities that are there? I mean, how do you appraise this vacant land that you want to buy through a tax deed?
Right. Now, sooner or later, you're going to have to learn real estate. So we don't teach real estate. We teach buying and selling tax defaulted property. So what I would say at that point, to give some good instruction, there's brokers. Okay, now everybody knows what a broker is. A broker would buy and sell for you. Okay, but land brokers are really smart cookies. Land brokers, they know, does the property have power? Because if you got a property, you got to have power to the property. If you don't have any electrical, how are you going to run the water? You know, to get water under it. All right, what about water? They'll know if it has water. So you would want to start interviewing brokers, and you would want to start learning that about the land. So we can't teach you everything on the video, but we can teach you how to get the bargains. But don't be afraid to talk to brokers. So regular brokers in a community that are selling houses, they probably, it's legal now, they could sell land, but why not go find a land broker?
Okay.
See, those land brokers are going to know a lot about the land. For example, if you want to buy a piece of land to develop houses, well, you're not so worried about the soil. But what if you wanted to have a piece of land where you're going to put in asparagus, or you're going to grow potatoes, or you're going to, whatever it is, so you're going to put row crops in there. Maybe you're going to do strawberries. I don't know what you're going to grow, but, you're going to have good soil.
Hey, let me ask you something else, though. So is buying vacant land through a tax deed, is that just for people who want to develop the land? Or is there opportunity for somebody like myself? I'm not a developer. I'm a farmer. Is there an opportunity for me to buy it and then sell it?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you want to think about the buying and the selling, because at the tax auction, these properties are going to be sold at the tax auction for their starting bids will be 10, 20 cents on the dollar. So let's say the land was worth $100,000. It's probably going to sell at the auction at $20,000 or $30,000. So you got a huge margin. So you'd buy it just for that. I mean, I only go to tax auction because I want to make the margin. I want to buy it low. Then I don't want to try and get retail. I'm going to sell it under retail so I can sell it quicker. I mean, I'm not trying to own it because I want to develop it. Forget that.
So hey, that's great. You want to sell the land, but let me tell you, Ted, that can't be easy. I mean, where do you find buyers for vacant land?
Okay, well, the thing that people underestimate, the most important thing about real estate is that you learn how to sell things. So let me tell you, it doesn't matter whether it's houses, whether it's land, whatever you want to sell something. Let's think about using media. Now, what is media? Media is nothing more than the multiple listing service. It's nothing more than putting an ad in the newspaper. Or nowadays, everybody's going electronic, so you could use Zillow, you could use Trulia, you could use Craigslist. You're getting the idea? So you use all of those electronic sites. How about Facebook Marketplace? All of these sites are available, and they cost pennies. So if you want to sell something, you want to learn a little bit about media, and put it in all the media at the same time. I mean, you'll get a lot of reaction if you learn just a little bit about media.
Let's get back to that list. And you mentioned I asked you how you got the list. You said, well, you can pick up the phone and call Franklin County. Well, that's a lot of counties I have to call. Is there a faster way?
So I'm going to show people when we finish this video, I have what's called an interactive map and auction calendar. And I can access every single county of the United States electronically. Electronically, we can just type it in, and we can take you right to that county, and then you can find out everything that you want to know about it. How often the auction is and how many properties.